Welcome to Full Tire Rules, episode 4, where we go over everything going on in the Australian Muay Thai scene, fighters, promotions, gyms, everything you need to know. My name's Indigo. This is Pete.
There.
Unfortunately, couldn't have Pete on the show today, but he's joined us via telekinesis. And oh fuck. Right, let me do that again. Unfortunately, we couldn't have Pete on the show today, but he has joined us via computer, and we'll be going over everything we need to this week in the Muay Thai scene. First up, we want to go over the Aussies who flew over to Thailand and fought in RWS. First up, we had Deandra Martin. She fought incredibly well.
Yes.
I think I saw a little bit of ring rust there. She couldn't quite find her bearings. The story of the fight was Deandra trying to get around that left kick. Did you manage to see it, Pete?
I did. Actually, the girl she was fighting had like a really interesting style. She was switching stances pretty often, very high. And I think just technically, like, they were both really, really good, but she just had that edge, like a bit of unpredictability about where she was coming from and what side she was going to throw from.
It was like everything she did was to set up that left kick. It was up in the air and
like typical one stance, like Thai style, you know, it was coming from all sorts of places.
Yeah. There's a few matches I wouldn't mind seeing Deandra take in Australia. I know she's well set up in Thailand and, you know, she's not shy of a matchup there. But there's some girls here, I think Bryony, Dory, even Shannon. They fought, didn't they? Yeah, Shannon Gardner and Deandra fought on Rebellion.
Yes.
But still, yeah, some other matchups in Australia I wouldn't mind seeing Deandra take. But awesome fight. Well done, Deandra. It was good to see her back in the ring. The other matchup was young gun Kyuchi.
Yes.
He's one of my favorite up and comers at the minute. He's not super experienced, but he's been on a tear in the Aussie scene. I think under 10 fights or so, but 80% knockouts.
Yeah. He actually has 7, I'm pretty sure, looking at it now, yeah.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
The story of his fight was he landed some big knees in the opening, the first round, and he was finding a home and pushing his opponent back, but I can't remember his name, but his opponent was just relentless with
Grandoza.
Yes. He had relentless pressure. Not everything was landing. He was throwing a lot of volume against Kai's guard, but we saw Kai get dragged down into the depths of hell when it comes to, I think he took some big leg kicks. He got hurt to the body. He got, a little bit overwhelmed with the volume, but still was in the fight pretty much every round. It wasn't one-sided. He was in the fight the whole time.
Yeah, what I liked about it was by the end of it, you could see his leg was very compromised. You know, he'd be getting it chopped pretty much since the start, but he was still very sharp and very accurate with his shots as well. A lot of the stuff he was setting up and a lot of the stuff he was throwing was landing.
Yeah.
But I just think that, it was kind of just the volume and also the leg kicks that kind of was making him struggle a little bit by the end.
Yeah, I think him coming back to the Aussie scene, he'll grow from that fight. I think a lot.
Oh yeah.
He'll come back much stronger and still so inexperienced. Okay, you know, he's fighting on one of the biggest stages in the world at under 20 fights. So that's phenomenal.
Yeah, for sure.
He did really well. I love everyone coming out of Machete Muay Thai at the minute. They've got a great style. They're all rounders. They can clinch. They can box. They can kick. I think their gym as a whole, like I think I saw something where they don't really take trials, and if you would like to commit to training Muay Thai, you know, they take you in, and I think that keeps the pedigree really high when everyone's really invested in their training.
Very much a fighter's gym.
Yes,
that's for sure. But looks
yeah,
of it,
yeah, absolutely. Another one that trains out of there, Bailey Collins. He's really impressing me at the minute. He fights as much as he can. He was supposed to fight on this RWS card, but had to pull out due to sickness, unfortunately.
Yeah. Bailey Collins, he's crazy.
Yes,
Constantly fighting.
Yeah, he is one to watch. That's for sure. He does really well with his social media, I think, and all the content that he puts out as he is in his fighting. And I think that's so important. Like, you can be this amazing fighter, but in this day and age, if you want to go places with your fighting, you need to have a social media presence. You really do. Otherwise, you can just get caught up in all the noise, you know, of all the different fighters. You need to be different, and I think he's doing a really good job. I think some people might get caught up with a little too much content creation early days. But I still think it's important to put out there what you've been learning and what's going on in your mind and everything, because it really helps when you become a pro. This episode is proudly brought to you by Agency Spare Parts. If you're a tradesman looking for quality parts, head to agencyspareparts.com.au, download the app, spend $100 and get yourself a free ice maker worth over $100.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, the thing is, especially in the local scene, there's kind of the promoters don't do much in terms of the social media promotion for specific fighters, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's where you kind of need to build up your own presence in your own following, so that promoters want you on. Because in the end, like, what they want is someone that can sell tickets for it, right?
Yeah.
And someone that can put on a good fight. So if you're a good fighter, you can, you can. They know that you can put on a good fight, but let's say you don't have a following or you don't sell any tickets. It's kind of like, it's kind of hard for them to justify that.
Yeah, exactly. And like,
so, I get that bit. Yeah,
I wouldn't say there's a direct correlation between amounts of followers to ticket sales, but
that's true.
It definitely helps. Look, even on the other side, if somebody puts out a tutorial, right, and boasts all this stuff about, what they can do, so what you should do, and you should do this and that and blah, 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 after they've had a week trip in Thailand, and then they're putting out all these tutorials, and then they're booked a fight, I want to see if they can fight, so I'll tune into the live stream or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I think this is more an issue, and I don't think this is like a fighter-specific thing or a combat sport-specific thing. I think this is for everything. It's like your reasons behind, like, why you're posting, right? Like, there's a lot of situations where, let's say, someone's been a fighter for a while and they're just not getting the opportunities they think they deserve. Maybe they, need posts in order to grow their following, and just so people can see, more people can see who they are, right?
Yeah.
But I agree with you I've seen a lot more of this thing happening where people start training Muay Thai, they're like a couple months in, they go over to Thailand, they do a camp and they do a fight over there, and suddenly they think they're qualified enough to start giving advice or doing tutorials, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think, like, their motivations are a little different. It's almost like that they wanted to do this in order to post on Instagram. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, they wanted to fight so that they could become like a Muay Thai influencer.
Yep.
Right. Whereas I think it's if you're already a fighter and you'd benefit from having a social media presence, I think that's perfectly fine in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree. So you need to have your why set out. And
Why are you doing all this stuff on social media? You know.
Yeah, I think it's important to remember too, though. If you like, if let's say I've had 5 to 10 amateur fights, the content that I would put out, or that my target audience is not professional fighters. It's people thinking about fighting amateur or are doing interclub. So I do my little vlogs on the way to Muay Thai Victoria, you know? People that are doing interclubs and are thinking about doing amateur fights, they're gonna want to see that stuff because that's what they might be doing one day, you know? So I think people at the top end, you can't get too mad about seeing people that are just starting put content out when it's not directed at you, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I get that.
Yeah.
Look, I'm perfectly fine with the whole kind of like the vlog, follow my journey type thing, because that's something you can do from day zero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's something you can like show your progression. I think that's perfectly fine. But I think the thing that I think is a bit like, oh, come on, man, is if someone has just started and they're giving like tutorial advice, or they're giving like top 5 ways to do this or that, when they're not really qualified to do that.
Yeah. What about sharing a photo of yourself and then putting a motivational quote underneath it?
That's fine. You can go ahead and do that. I think that's more of a personal.
Yeah. I think it's fine. It is fine to do that. I mean, you should be looking at yourself if you're saying, you know, you just got to grind and go through the struggle when you live with your parents and you get pocket money, you know what I mean? Like, then you're really going through grind and struggle.
No, and you know, one thing that I've seen this a few times too, and I'm like, come on, man, like just fucking get your head out of your ass, right? Like some people, they go to Thailand and they're like, follow my journey as I'm fighting for survival. Like, bro, you're not fighting for survival, right? The Thai kids you're fighting are fighting for survival. You went there by choice.
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can go home and get a regular job and live a comfortable life if you want to. You did this by choice. So don't act like this is like your fucking, you know, your
be all and end all.
Yeah.
So I think, in a nutshell, it's you should put out the content you put out should be the level that you're at. Yes, don't try to motivate everyone when you've only had 1 or 2 fights. Just share your journey and make that your content.
Agree. Yeah, I think sharing your journey is perfectly fine. I think I encourage that. I think that's cool to see how far people have come and stuff like that. It also keeps you a bit accountable, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Don't start giving advice if you just started. I think it's the same with any industry, not just Muay Thai or fighting. Just, you know, kind of chill out a bit until you've had a decent amount of experience.
Yeah, and again, like I said, don't be surprised if you do put out tutorials when you're a little bit less experienced, and people only follow to see when you get hurt. You know, like that's just how it works. You know what I mean? So
you know, the internet's a pretty ruthless place.
But
also, if you do shit like that, you kind of set yourself up for failure, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm pro all of that, unless it's you're telling people what to do when you're not qualified enough for it.
Yep. No, fair enough. All right, that's about it for this week. Thank you very much for tuning in. We'll be back next week. We have Roots Muay Thai coming up. We have Pride Fight Series coming up. Stay tuned for more matchups to be announced. And I'll see you on the next show. Thank you very much, Pete. This episode would not be possible without our sponsors. If you're a brand looking to connect with a massive Muay Thai audience right here in Melbourne, we'd love to work with you.
Our listeners are fighters, coaches, and loyal fans who show up consistently and support the brands who support the sport.
If you'd like to get your business in front of a loyal fight community, reach out to us at fullthairulesaustralia@gmail.com.